Bucks win it tonight, 123-113 over the Charlotte Hornets. 10-point victory for your Milwaukee Bucks. Come on in the room. Much needed victory. Back-to-back wins for the Milwaukee Bucks. First time since I believe October. So man, that is some tough sledding. And that's why the record is what it is. But you get the dub tonight. And you needed it. 123-113 over the Charlotte Hornets. Big time win. Come on in the room. Yeah, we'll do it tonight. Doc is our doctor. Right time. He gives us our medicine in our room. We are live. Screw
JT.
Chris King.
Yeah. We will be joined by Justin, I think, whenever he gets to his destination. He was at the game. I didn't go tonight in Charlotte, but Justin was there, and so I know he will provide his personal account from what he saw in person tonight at the Spectrum Center. Come on in the room. Let me see here. Man, much needed victory tonight for your Milwaukee Bucks. Let's do a game recap in here tonight. Oh, get at us on the Twitter at RETSQs973. Get at us in the chat. We'll talk to you in the chat. What up, Daniel Barris, Sports Highlight 8515581. Whatever, I missed it. I probably missed a number there. Happy Monday. What's up, everybody? What up? What up? Get at us in the Twitter. We'll read it. Get at us in the chat. We'll talk to you. Let's get a game recap. 10-point victory in Charlotte, North Carolina tonight. OMG Tish. Yeah, they did need that. Giannis still under minutes restriction. 25 minutes, 25 points, 4 rebounds, 7 assists, 1 steal tonight. 11 of 16 from the field, 2 of 4 from the free throw line, plus 4 on the night. I thought that Giannis, the other thing that's interesting about Giannis was he had the ferocious, monstrous dunks that he put down over and over and over again. Did it the other night against the Bulls, did it tonight against Charlotte. They were needed, momentum swinging late in the game. You get a ball to him, spin off Zion, what's the man name? James from Duke, spin off him, dunk, knock him around. Charles Lee's on the court. Love it. AJ Green still got to find the shot. 5 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 steal, 2 of 6, 1 of 5 from 3. He was a plus 16 though, and I'll say this about AJ Green, especially in that first half. I thought, and he ended with 3 rebounds. That first quarter, he had 3 rebounds. And again, so I give him that effort from AJ Green. I thought he only played 26 minutes. I thought his effort level was high. Again, he just got to hit shots. KPJ 15 tonight. 11 assists, 5 rebounds, 1 block, 6 of 13 from the field, 1 of 3 from 3. Biggest number tonight, always for KPJ. You look at the turnovers, 1. That's big time from KPJ. 11 assists to 1 turnover, 37 minutes of action. Ryan Rollins, 13 points, 3 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 steals. He was 3 of 10, 2 of 4 from 3. He had 3 turnovers, finished with 4 fouls. Rollins, and again, I'll give him credit too, because Ryan Rollins had that moment. Ryan Rollins had in the first half was critical. It was critical. The Bucks were down, and again, the Bucks ended up coming back. They were down 12 in this game at one point. They win it by 10. But that end of the first half, with about 3 minutes to play, the Bucks were down 10. And at that moment, I tweeted out, big 3 minutes here. And Ryan Rollins went to work. Kuzma had a bucket, a big rebound or something in between that. But Rollins went to work in that final minute. Those final 3 minutes, I don't believe Giannis was on the floor either. They were a +7 in the final 3 minutes of the first half to get them to go on in that. And again, it's a psychological thing. Going into half down double digits versus going into the half down 3, huge difference. And so I thought that was big. So Ryan Rollins, again, not the best game I've seen from him. Has some lackadaisical turnovers. I think one where he was throwing the ball, I believe, to Giannis, just lazy. And Brandon Miller goes and steals it, or whoever was stolen, got a layup or dunk, whatever. But not the best of games. But the moment Ryan Rollins had in the first, thought it was huge. Gary Trent Jr., 9 points, 1 rebound, 1 assist, 1 steal. Thought he played solid defense. Kuzma, not his best night tonight. 3 of 7 from the field, 6 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists. He did have 2 steals. He had a turnover, and of course, but now again, talk about Kuzma. He was a plus 13 tonight. So again, but it wasn't the prettiest of games for him. 3 of 7 from the field, but a plus 13. And then now again, he had a horrible turnover as well. Got yammed on by Brandon Miller. And the only thing I say about that dunk, again, I don't have a problem with taunting. I don't have a problem with none of that. But if Giannis dunks on people mean mugs and they call it tech, Brandon Miller dunked on Kyle Kuzma, pulled him into the first row, then looked back at him and called him a dumbass bitch. And he got free throws out of that. Again, I'm cool with that. You just got to call that both ways. That's all. Bobby Portis, though, what a night. I know when Justin gets in the room, we all got to say, hey, you were in the room watching Bobby Portis, showing what. That's what I know. Justin had to be smiling from ear to ear. Had to be. What they call it, JT? Peacock proud was probably Justin as he was watching his boy Bobby Portis go to work. 25 points, 2 rebounds, 8 of 12, 5 of 7 from 3. Wesley Matthews call him Summertime Bob, Bobby Buckets, whatever you want to call him. Bobby Portis was sensational tonight, and that's the Bobby Portis that, because in one of those possessions, I remember he gave up a layup or something. I'm okay with it. When you 8 of 12, 5 of 7 for 3, I'm okay with you giving him a couple buckets like that. Every time you touch the ball, you on a heater. I'm okay with that. Thought he was excellent. On the Charlotte side of things, Miles Bridges got hurt early, 3 points, 3 rebounds. Zion James, 0 points, 4 rebounds. He was a non-factor. Diabate, 14 points, 9 rebounds. Killed us on the glass, offensive rebounds. Killed us. Brandon Miller, 31, 8, and 5. I thought Brandon Miller was excellent tonight. KPJ was just too small for him. And KPJ was too small for him. And what's the man's name? Gary. I forgot about Gary Harris. Sorry ass. He had 3 points tonight too. Gary Harris was guiding him to the basket. So I mean, that was bad. LaMelo, 26 and 7 assists tonight. Green with 10 points. Trey Mann, nothing. Sexton with 16 points, 8 assists. Sexton, again, another guy who Sexton got going because Gary Trent was on him. And Gary Trent allowed him to score all first half. We could talk about a number of different things, but I thought game-wise, there was a shift defensively from the first half to the second half. A lot of people will talk about that zone that the Bucks were in, that it didn't work. And in the first half, Charlotte hit us up from 3. I mean, they hit us up. They were in the first half. Well, they finished 17 of 46 from 3. I wonder what they were in the first half to the second. But that first half, they couldn't miss from 3. We weren't getting out on the 3-point shooters. And I don't know if it was. I forgot one guy. And I don't know if it was just the fact that Doc Rivers was living right or what. But I thought that, again, some of those shots just didn't go in the second half. I'm curious as to your thoughts on what the difference was in that zone from the first half to the second half. But was it just a Charlotte miss? I don't know. But the Bucks definitely held them, because in the first half, Charlotte put up 66 points. In the second half, they scored 47. So that's a big difference. Last, I think I missed this. Myles Turner, 23 points, 6 rebounds, 1 assist, 4 blocks tonight, 7 of 12 from the field, 3 of 5 from 3. That's the Myles Turner we talking about. That's what I'm talking about, Myles. Can't call. There ain't no more weeks tonight. That's Myles Turner tonight. That's Myles Turner basketball. Again, last thing I say, we talked about it. We want to see what he looks like. We know he looks a lot better in the lineup with Giannis. Tonight, that proved true. If you are a Myles Turner truther, one people say, hey, and I know what's global executive media, hey, don't be too hard on Myles Turner. If he's here tonight, he's going to tell you tonight, he's going to say, I told you so, and he has every right to. Myles Turner, hell of a game tonight. That's what I saw, JT. What'd you see?
Man, you know what? And tonight, I'm going to tell you, there are 2 fellas that deserve their flowers tonight. Myles Turner and Bobby Portis. Bobby Portis time. 2 guys who definitely, and my game ball is getting split tonight between those 2 brothers. Anyway, so watching this game in the beginning, it kind of felt just a bit lackluster from the Bucks in that first half. It was slow. It was one of those things where you weren't really inspired. You talk about Colin Sexton. He caught the Holy Ghost at the end of the first half. But you know what? Colin Sexton caught the Holy Ghost at the end of the first half. He had 3 threes in 2 minutes or something. And it was like, oh, man, here we go. You know what? Those of y'all who've been in the black church especially, Colin Sexton caught the Holy Ghost in the first half. Bobby Portis said, you know what? I'm going to raise you. I'm about to cut up too in that fourth quarter when he hit them 3 threes and go. And I said, here we go. That's what I'm talking about. But one of the things I really like about this is when you look at the guys from a numbers perspective in that first half, I mean, Bobby Portis, Giannis here, I got it here in front of me. I mean, in that first half, just kind of looking at it, it was like, all right, are we going to pull away? Do these guys want to be there? Are we going to see a stronger second half, which is what we really, really, really wanted, what we expected? We felt like, they're playing with this Hornets team. They're so much better than this Hornets team. What is this? We just could not pull away. That first half, Giannis has 9 points. Myles Turner had 10. Bobby Portis had 10, right? Look at how they finished this game in the second half. This is what I'm talking about. Giannis finishes with 24. Not overly impressive, but that's 14 points in the second half, showing that fight you want to. Myles Turner comes out, 23 points, 13 points scored in the second half. Bobby Portis comes 15 points scored in the Listen, this is what you need to have. Guys need to come out, and sometimes you just got to want it a little bit more. You have to be willing to say, I just refuse to lose. And that's what the effort that you needed from this team. And you saw that, especially towards the end of that third quarter, too. So, man, hats off. Now, not to be nitpicky, but one thing that I did not get in that first half, and I hope this doesn't happen again, we were allergic to rebounds. I don't know what that was, but we weren't getting boards at all. I mean, I looked at the numbers, and I was shocked. We got 11 rebounds in that first half. And that's 100% what it looked like. Yes, what could we have been a little bit more aggressive? Yeah, were we doing a little bit of ball watching like we're at LA Fitness? You better believe it. That's kind of what you saw out of that first half for a little bit, and that was not overly inspiring, but we turned this thing around. We got the dub, and, man, feels good to stack back-to-back wins, which I believe is the first time we've done that since October.
Real quick, Joshua Sutton with the super chat. Want to make sure we get that one in. He says, big games from Myles and Bobby tonight. Good work. 100%. Myles and Bobby. You said JT said he's doing splits tonight. And Myles and Bobby don't get to split from JT. So
already acting up.
Go ahead, Chris.
Well, JT said that he wanted to give those two gentlemen flowers, and I'm going to add one that deserves some flowers, and he's on this program. We'll be on tonight. Justin from the Cream City Crossover gave us the report that TP was warming up earlier before the game. Got to talk to some people like Melanie Ricks, talked to her. So I'm interested to see his point of view, his account of how that game went down. And you're not really going to meet anybody that's as big of a fan as Justin is as far as in-person support goes. This man goes on road trips. This man will make a point to go see the Bucks anytime he can, or any of his favorite teams. But yeah, from the game tonight, man, you guys are right. And Trey, especially when you talk about Ryan Rollins' second quarter, man, that was electric. For him to be out there.
I'm just looking at the chat. People talking about JT doing splits.
Doing splits, man, in the bike short, bro.
But yeah, I don't know if this game, if the result goes like this, if Ryan Rollins doesn't come out, and he only had 2 points at that time and goes for 10 in a row. I thought it was awesome to see because KPJ, as we know, has been in a little bit of a funk scoring the basketball as of late, and Ryan Rollins being able to get on that heater certainly helped this basketball team get back in it before halftime. But yeah, it's like you take what you can get in those spurts with Ryan Rollins, because at the end of the day, he's still learning, he's still young, and so you do see some of that sloppiness, that not valuing possessions on fast breaks. But that's honestly a problem with this basketball team. I saw a lot of times where we had fast break opportunities and we're just rushing. And Charlotte gets the rebound and they capitalize off of those mistakes, whether it's tossing the ball, looking for a foul. I saw Giannis one time, and we know we talk about the greatness of Giannis all the time and what he does for this basketball team. But there's always a couple instances where you question the basketball IQ, like you say, Trey. The one where he's driving on a fast break, there's two guys collapsing, and AJ Green's wide open in the corner, and you just kind of grift and try to get a foul and you miss a shot and Charlotte's the other way. So it's those things that need to clean up, and that happens from top to bottom. That happens with basically everybody in transition. Need to be a little smarter there. But ultimately, to be able to weather the storm in a game you should have won. Look, I'm not going to come out here and say it was a world-beating win and this team would stack up with the best of them, but you have to find ways to get the basketball game done against a team that had 3 of its, top players out, and they did that tonight. I thought Myles Turner especially, I'm going to give him his flowers for just looking like he had a presence out there, looking like he was impacting the basketball game. And certainly benefits when you have Giannis down there because it puts him in the right positions, but he took advantage of that. I think about, a couple offensive rebounds in that fourth where he's able to clean it up, or he was able to seal a guy because Giannis had 2 on him and getting a bucket there. And credit to all the guys finding him. Gary Trent Jr., how about that? Coming off of an injury and knocking down some threes, some big-time threes. I mean, if you can get him going, then that's just a double-edged sword with A.J. Green and Gary Trent. And we've been looking for that all season from Gary Trent, so hopefully this isn't an anomaly, and hopefully he's actually got it back. And then finally, it's Bobby Portis, man. We've given him all the flack you can give somebody, but as Eric Collins said on that Charlotte broadcast, he is a Hornets killer, and he showed that tonight. The confidence, I loved it, stepping up late, hitting big shot after big shot Bob. I think Justin being in the building might have helped out with that. And so maybe Justin just needs to pull up to every Bucks game and we'll be all right with Bobby. So, all in all, I'm impressed with the way that we were able to just claw and win this basketball game after Charlotte didn't play too bad. And also, you talked about, Trey, what changed with the zone. I do think I saw a little bit of the defensive intensity pick up in the second half, and I think that's why we were able to get so many stops and make them pay on the other end.
Good point. Do we have? I see him is he in the?
I'll get him.
So we'll get him in a second. NYC Randy, another super chat coming in. And by the way, I just before we get to super chat, Chris, on the money. I thought with your comment about the comment about Bobby Portis, where those were, because remember how this fourth quarter started. The fourth quarter started. Bucks are back in the zone, and LaMelo takes deep 3 from Davidson, and then a deep 3 from Raleigh, North Carolina. So we go down to where Justin at 2 deep 3s. I believe the Bucks were up 7 to start the fourth or something like that. 2 deep 3s, and it's a 1-point game. And what happens? Bobby Portis goes back-to-back 3, matches those 3-point shots back-to-back. I thought of that was, to me, those were the 2 biggest moments of the game. The end to the half from Rollins to get that thing back under control. Instead of being down 10, you're down 3 going into the half. And then the back-to-back 3s from Bobby Portis to neutralize the 3s that took place from LaMelo Ball to end to start the fourth quarter and get this thing back rolling. I thought those were 2 big important moments. NYC Randy, and then we'll get just a second. NYC Randy super chat says Giannis just makes the roster better. Myles makes this roster better. Myles, since Giannis has been back, just looks a lot better. Plays off Giannis really well. Bobby replaced the contested middies with 3s. That's working. But guys, Doc is just horrible. We can talk about Doc Rivers. NYC, it is so easy to pile on Doc. Listen, and I was looking at the zone like, what are we doing? I don't like all the Gary Harris minutes, but Doc Rivers rode that zone, and in the second half, the difference was 66 points to 47 points. And Doc Rivers played primarily zone the entire second half. It worked. And so when it doesn't work, we go out and we criticize, and we have the right to do that. When it does work, I feel like we got to say, hey, the doc was a doctor tonight. And so again, that was amazing. Oh my God, Bijan Robinson's going crazy. But yeah, Chris, to your point, I don't know if it was maybe you're right. Maybe it was the intensity. I thought I saw some missed 3s that were just open, they missed. But I'm curious to hear what Justin has to say as we welcome him in as well, live from Charlotte from the game. What up, Justin?
Yo, what's good, man? Hey, real quick, man, before I get into it, I want to make sure we shout out Nicole from Milwaukee, who by way of Charlotte. She's a little bit like the guru. I sat next to her the whole night. She was laughing at me because I was calling some of the Hornets players garden tools as I do so eloquently. And my homie Kevin, we met walking back to the hotel, man. 2 new subscribers, so welcome to this Bucks family, man. Best damn post-game show there is. Chris King and the Guru was holding it down. I was up there in Charleston throwing sugar honey iced tea against the wall, mad at the Bears for the dirty shot. JT's cousins and them hitting Malik Willis in the shoulder. But we on this Buck stuff, so let's go. We ain't got no doc audio tonight. It ain't even me. They had errors in the radio broadcast. It's all good though. We had Trey's boy. We don't call him Myles tonight, right? We call him Myles tonight. He who?
He Myles tonight.
Big Myles.
Might even get a Mr. Turner out the group.
Mr. Turner.
Respect on his name, right? You got to put some respect on his name for the way he played tonight, the way he showed up. Absolutely, he was definitely part of the grit. If the boys was out there swinging, he was in the mid. He was in the front swinging too.
So he drop kick the fridge closed tonight.
Right, we got to put some respect on it. Right, break my Legos if you want to. I got something for that ass.
Drop kick the fridge is crazy. So Myles just talked about how in a playoff team, and once you go into the playoffs, guys are going to have to sacrifice their role. He's still doing a lot to fit in here, and he just did the best he could tonight. I saw just a lot of stuff from my guy, Bobby. I was trying to get, but I was surrounded by a bunch of Hornets fans, so they wouldn't join in the Bobby chant with me. I don't know what was going on. It's all right, man. Get your dry asses home because it ain't even wet over there. Quote the prophet Steve the Stoner in downtown Charlotte, watching my Milwaukee Bucks get this win, watching Doc Rivers. What's the homie name? What's the defensive coordinator name?
Buckner.
Greg Buckner. His greatest defensive effort. I thought the Hornets, a lot of great effort tonight. Goodness gracious, Brandon Miller, posterized my boy, man. And JT, Kyle Kuzma yellow. So he going to have a bruise on him from that dunk, bro. He going to have a bruise from that dunk. But I was a little bit – so I was a little bit confused how it was a foul on Kuzma. I understand he hacked him when he dunked, but Brandon Miller threw the brother out of bounds. But, I'll digress. I thought the Bucks did what they were supposed to do. Big guys made big shots. Giannis is the best player on earth. I know we got to get to that trade because I heard you. I be on vacation, but I be listening, and I heard it. We'll talk about it later, though. But I thought Giannis is absolutely amazing. He put the boy Diabate and showed him that this is a grown man league. I didn't realize that brother went to Michigan. And he was so terrible at Michigan, no one knew who he was. Do you remember my Michigan, Chris King?
Yeah, I do. Briefly, though.
Yeah, he was so good, I forgot him. But I think the kid rebounds the basketball amazing. I thought Brandon Miller had a phenomenal game tonight. Did everything he needed to do. Big Trent Jr. and Kyle Kuz got kind of in that grill. He missed a lot of shots, but the most exercise there. And when we talk top 14, top 16, top 18, this is what we're talking about. Now, this hasn't been here, and it's not here without Giannis. Now, I heard that that boy that Trey was trying to say that heard he hyperextended his knee tonight. So we'll get to see how good that Denver Nuggets supporting cast is, if that's true. But
y'all hearing the same thing? It's not. Yeah, Justice having some technical difficulties. That in the with the hotel Wi-Fi.
We just lost him.
Yeah, we'll see if we can. All right, yeah, just you might want to do the what you do
hotel
the
Wi-Fi. I get it.
You might want to do the what you call it, JT? Not the not when you're doing Wi-Fi. When you connect to hotspot. Yeah, you might hit the hotspot. I would hit the hot spot on that one. But yeah, he was talking about Joker did get injured. We'll talk about that as well after the. We'll talk about that. Maybe look around a little bit later about Joker. I'm sure that Justin wants to get in and talk about that. But yeah, again, I'm just going back to thinking about Myles Turner, man. I thought that if this is the Myles Turner that we are getting, this is different. And then I'll go back to another point again. We talked about this last night. What did we say? What did we say last other night, Chris? Giannis, KPJ have played in 3 games together where neither one has not had an injury. They've completed 3 full games. The Bucks record in those 3 full games, 3-0. So there is something about this team being healthy, this team being fully equipped, this team having the synergy. I think they're going to make a trade. What sucks so bad is I just hate the fact that KPJ missed because you really didn't get a full look at what this team really could be or felt like, because you felt like it was complete, but I don't think people really trusted in what KPJ was based upon what he was last year. You saw glimpses of what he was last year, right? But in the playoffs, it was very up and down. And then you saw the first 10 minutes of this season where it was like 9 minutes, he had 10 points, right? And it's like, well, is that a fluke? Is there anything about that? What does that mean? And he shut down for, 3-4 weeks, whatever it was. And then they come out in the Bucks, they looked okay, wasn't the best. And then, of course, Giannis goes down, bottom falls out of the entire basketball team. And everybody's like, oh, we need to make trades. This team isn't good. This team is not. This team is terrible. Yeah, all of it, right? And now Giannis is back. KPJ's back. You're 3-0. And it's like, man, you had 20 games or whatever it was that you missed of all those guys. And you wonder what this thing could have looked like when Giannis and KPJ are now 3-0 together, when Myles Turner's playing like that, rolling to the 10. Again, we can talk about defense in a second. But tonight, I've never – well, maybe 1 or 2 games out of the 20 or so that's been played where Myles Turner did more than just stand around and shoot threes in the perimeter. I mean, he was rolling to the basket with Ryan Rollins. Ryan Rollins had a couple times pocket passes, layup. A couple times, all the attention on Giannis. Giannis throws the layup up or whatever. He's on one side, ball on the other side. Myles Turner gets it. He's fouled as he's doing a putback. I want to see multiple things that you can do outside of just standing around shooting threes. That's a plus. That's a positive, but it can't be the only thing that you provide. And it just sucks that we didn't get to see that. And now everybody's in full because you're in 11th place. You got to make a trade now. And I just really wonder what this team would have looked like, because the way Bobby Portis is playing, do you want to trade Bobby Portis with the way he's playing right now? I'd hate it. But I don't know. The only contracts you really have to move are Bobby and Kuzma. Again, I don't want to get on trade stuff, but I'm just thinking out loud about, man, this team they were never as bad. I don't believe they were as bad as they look, because with Giannis in the lineup, they look pretty okay to me.
Well, that's the problem, is you've seen this roster at you've seen this team at its worst. Right? We've seen this team get out there and clunkers, but now tonight, right? I'm not going to say this team is best. I thought there's a lot of they could have played. They certainly could have played better. But before you make that move, see what you got. You don't even know what you got because you haven't seen these guys play together and play well together. I mean, Myles Turner playing like this is a game changer, right? Like Myles Turner 100% playing like this is a game changer. Kyle Kuzma had a rough night. Kyle Kuzma has a good night. That's a decent night. That's a game. I mean, this roster, here's what I think. I think this roster does not play well, but this roster has not played well at times, but this roster is probably better than what people think. It really is. Because you think about it, think about Gary Trent Jr. when Gary Trent Jr. figures this thing out offensively and kind of gives you something. Think about when Derrick Bird finds his shot again as well. I think this roster is probably a little bit better than what the record, definitely better than what the record looks like. But how much time do you have to give it a chance, right? Like how much time do you have to give it a chance? You're a little bit under, you're 5 weeks out from the trade deadline. Like you said, you're probably going to make a move, but the question is what move do you make? Because man, like there's a lot of talent. There's a lot of guys who, if everybody starts looking good, this team is we not talking about a play-in. We're not talking about a play-in. We're talking about a team that may be able to compete to an extent in the East. So yeah, I mean, I love to see it, but it kind of makes you go, okay, back to the drawing board. What are we actually working with here? Because I think it's a lot more than people think.
Yeah, I think to me it's like you look at it and you hate to bring that up, Trey, because I think there is at this point now a couple of guys who have played their way in our eyes as to being like untouchable at this point. Like you see what Ryan Rollins and KPJ are able to do, and I think, when all these names get floated around about guards that might be getting ready to be traded, I think of Trae Young, I think of LaMelo Ball, I think of those guys, and it's like I would rather see what we can do with KPJ and Ryan Rollins. And I don't think that's a crazy take, because they've shown they can do it on both sides of the basketball. I feel like they've done a lot offensively, and they've done a lot of good things defensively as well, with the pressure, with the picking up 94 feet, with the jumping into passing lanes. And so you just hate to think that there may be a world where if you want to retool this roster and you want to get more depth and you want to get stronger at the back end of this roster, then one of them might have to go. And that would be crazy to me. I really hope they wouldn't have to do that at that point. But yeah, sure. I mean, they've played so well at full health, and maybe not against the greatest of teams, but they've picked up wins when they've been hurt too. Against some good teams. I think at Golden State, the one time Ryan Rollins went off for 30+. So, yeah, all good things to consider, all good things to talk about. But it will just be interesting to see who's really untouchable, unmovable in John Horst size.
Yeah, I think that is gonna be interesting to kind of consider. Again, I look at the whole back half of the roster and we'll see what ends up happening there. But again, I thought tonight, to your point, when you talk about KPJ, you talk about Ryan Rollins. To me, and because that's a lot of the guys that you talk about, the Trae Youngs and the Cam Thomases of the world, and those type of players, those guards the Darius Garlands, the type of people that may be available. I got that at home, dog. I got that at home. I got Ryan Rollins. I got KPJ. Again, KPJ, to me, the most important stat every night is that turnover. And if he has anything under 3 turnovers, I'm okay with it. And again, I think the other thing that is helping KPJ tremendously, of course, is the fact that Giannis is back. Giannis started off the game bringing the ball up the court. Like, it's a different type of feeling when you don't have to run point the entire, let's say he played 37 minutes tonight. He wasn't running point basically the entire game. He had a comment the other night I thought was kind of crazy, where he was like, well, and this is maybe before Giannis came back. He said something to the effect of, yeah, it's great to have Ryan Rollins be able to run the point when I get tired. And I was like, I don't know that I like that. There should be a little more variety in the offense where it's not just when you're tired, you let somebody else run the point guard, bring the ball up. I think there has to be a little more variety in it. And Giannis, that's not happening with Giannis. Like, Giannis is going to have some high usage rate. But again, it's those moments. It's those times. Like KPJ had one, I remember, where I believe it went to Giannis for a fast break where he gets a steal in the paint. I think this is the first half, and they're pushing down the floor. You mentioned that Rollins had a couple times where he thought a little too selfish into the for fast breaks, ended up getting himself in a little bit of trouble. But those two guys, again, and I know the fan base kind of kept doing this thing where we were pitting guys against each other and who's better, who should start, who shouldn't. You don't have to do that. They both play well. They both should play. They both should play as JT or Justin, whichever. I can't. It's not who starts, it's who finishes. Those guys are going to be in the finish and are going to finish on the court together. Finish together is crazy. Those guys are going to they're going to be in the game in the closing moments together. And I think all those big time moments, I trust and I like both of them, especially when Giannis is on the floor.
Well, and I'll just, sorry to cut you off, JT, and jump you, but to me, like, you see all this stuff floating around about how when they don't have Giannis, KPJ can't carry the team and he's a losing player and his record is this when he's the number one option, when realistically he hadn't had a Giannis before. Like, he was in Houston where that thing was just a crapshoot at that time. So, like, I think I know the underlying reason why so many people start to get on KPJ quicker than maybe some of the other guys, but it's great to see him be able to have a Giannis there to clean up some of the misses, to work with a Giannis in a pick and roll. And I think it elevates, Giannis just elevates so many of these players, not just KPJ, but it definitely elevates how the Bucks team's playing.
And, and to pick up a point you made a little bit earlier, Chris, when you talk about some of the names mentioned that the Bucks will be trading for, especially from the guard position, one thing we have to think about is assimilation, right? Because it's not a 2K type deal where you trade for a guy and all of a sudden we've seen a guard that we traded for and the assimilation was a bit clunky. It didn't really work the way you wanted to too. I think this Bucks team, although they've been a bit inconsistent, yes, we've dropped some games we probably shouldn't have. But I think these guys can get the synergy going too. And I think that's equally as important as looking at fit. And Chris said earlier that he'd rather stick with KPJ and Ryan Rollins versus some of these other guard names. And Chris, I think you're 100% right on that. I think, based on how we know how these guys can play together, we know what their strengths are, we know what their weaknesses are. You send one of those guys out and you send another guard in here who, what does that fit like mid-season? How does that? I would be reluctant to do that. There's a handful of guys maybe, but I agree with you, Chris. I think for Ryan Rollins and KPJ, I say we roll with them for the year.
Just an FYI for it's me, Mickey, in the chat. You can't. AJ Green's not even eligible to be traded. I see some stuff in the chat about trading AJ Green and Kyle Kuzma packaging together. AJ Green is not. I believe he's not eligible to be traded till next year. I believe and I know we're talking about some untouchables. I believe that Rollins is not eligible to trade until January 15th. So it'll be tough to make a package for him either as well. James Moore has a question. He says, if you guys had to pick one trade, which would it be and why? Kyle Kuzma or Bobby Portis? I think it's an interesting question. Asking which one again. Which one would you rather trade if you had to pick one? Kyle Kuzma or Bobby Portis? Kyle Kuzma makes more money. So I would probably say it's probably easier to get something back for Kyle Kuzma than it would be for Bobby. But again, I think realistically, from everything that we've heard and again, if you're just reading, trying to keep up with the latest information from, and I think we got Justin back too, but trying to keep up with the latest information that's been, around matriculating around the tea leaves, is that the Bucks are really not interested in packaging their first round, either the 2031 or 2032 pick. And so if they're not going to do that, then that severely changes what they could get in a trade, in some type of a trade. Because again, Kyle Kuzma or Bobby Portis, I don't know how valuable that is on its own without a pick attached to it. So I think your best bet is probably trying to, if you had to pick, if I had to pick one, I'd probably say Kuzma, because I feel like it's probably easier to try to get somebody back who can do some of what Kuz does versus Bobby Portis being, again, if Bobby's shooting like this, he can absolutely play. And I thought he was even though he was minus on the in the plus minus, that wasn't indicative, I thought, of his game tonight. So if I had to pick one, it'd be Kuz. But again, I'm packaging a lot of the guys on the back half of that roster. Cole Anthony, your Cole Anthonys, your Amir Coffees, your Andre Jackson Juniors, those type players definitely could see themselves on the move too.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think Kuzma would be who I prefer as of right now, just because of again, Bobby Portis, the way he's played over his last 7 games now. Bobby Portis getting consistent, being that steady presence, shooting the ball, giving you something on offense. It's the thing, we talked about this before, Trey. Bobby's not giving you anything offensively. He's not giving you anything at all. When he is giving you something offensively, he is giving you something. He really is. And I think Kuzma, I like Kuzma. I like the role that Kuzma's playing. I think Kuzma is a tremendous role player on this team. I think he's done an excellent job in his new role this year. He's looked much better than he did last year, and he does do some great things. Having said that, to me, it's a money thing. If you can get him out and get off from underneath that contract, and then think about whatever your moves are next year, or to get somebody back who can maybe do things a little bit better than him, fine. But I'd be quicker. I'd feel a lot more comfortable giving away Kuzma at this point than Bobby, because I think you really probably want to play this thing out with Bobby at least for a few more weeks before you decide to if you're going to move him or not.
Yeah. Go ahead. No, go ahead.
Yeah, I think, man, just like you see when Bobby is able to play off of his guys and make smart decisions offensively and not get so wrapped up in those quick one-and-done shots off of a screen and pop. Like, I think when he's got it going, like, it's more valuable than what Kuzma can bring you. Now, we've seen some high-ceiling games from Kuzma as well, but it does seem as if Bobby Portis just looks like it comes easier to him on the offensive end. So I would probably be in agreement with you two gentlemen about Kuzma probably being our best bet. And then at the end of the day, too, I think other teams might be looking more so for a Kuzma than a Bobby. So I think it's the best of both worlds because I think what Kuzma does is he gives you a pretty decent floor. And so I think more teams would be willing to take probably Kuz over Bobby, even though I think Bobby probably at his best fits the team better.
Before we go to, I don't know if we got Justin back, but okay, but let me get the super chat from NYC Randy. He says we absolutely need a trade if we want to make noise in the playoffs. We need a wing because we can't defend. A zone will not work in a series of 7. I agree with that piece. I want to get back to this question about the zone and how much zone we play and whether it's going to work. But I did want to give Justin an opportunity to come back. I know he was having some conversations, and hopefully we got his mic or excuse me, his connection figured out here.
Yeah, technology is crazy, man. I hope y'all can hear me good now.
Yeah.
All right, man. So I don't know if y'all got it, but I met 2 Bucks fans tonight. Kevin from Milwaukee, Nicole from Milwaukee by way of Charlotte now. Kind of like the guru a little bit low key. It's going crazy outside my hotel room. People just celebrating Bucks wins in downtown Charlotte. We're going to call y'all downtown, Trey, until you clinch a playoff spot. When you clinch a playoff spot, then we're going to call you uptown. But, hey, as far as the question at hand, man, so – I mean, it's going to be a big shocker for me. I don't want to trade any one of them. I think that Kuz brings us too much defensively and does too much Swiss Army knife stuff. And I saw some stuff online, and shout out to Daryl Clayton. He tweeted a little bit about Trae Young, and it would take Kuz, it would take Rollins, and it would take Bobby. And we can't trade away that much defense, that much rebounding, that much shot creation for one guy that is an if come maybe. If you've been in the South long enough, you know what an if come maybe is. JT, I know you know about it. You a DC boy. I don't want to trade Bobby because
that's a SOUF saying.
SOUF, big.
That ain't barely below the Mason-Dixon line, brother. That's deep down there. That's at least 500 miles below.
And then by the time Bobby finally started hooping, it's like we're gonna send him on and packing somewhere. And he's finally playing the way that we all envision him playing this year. So I think we got a good thing going. This is why I said a couple shows ago before I was off that I wanted to see this go until the mid to late January and see what this core can actually do. Because remember, this is what, the 3rd, 4th game we've seen with KPJ and Giannis on the floor together. 3rd game, I believe, and they're 3-0 together. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Correct.
First back-to-back win since October. We can have our longest winning streak of the year if we somehow find a way to not step on our own, in the words of my grandson, nuts, and lose to the Washington Wizards. So I'm cool keeping what we got right now and see what we can do. If you're talking about like a Gary Harris, Cole Anthony, Amir Coffey and all that, like get somebody back. The thing that I do trust Horston, this is the same guy that flipped Marjon Beauchamp into Kevin Porter Jr. And Kevin Porter Jr. has proven to be a legit contributor to this basketball team. It's so good to be back with you, brothers, man. Hey, real quick, and then I get off the mic. Hey, man, I was out here playing golf in Charleston, met one of Chris King's cousins out there, and Lord have mercy, I had to get a young woman belt to ass when she showed me that Dayton Flyer head cover because goddamn these Marquette Golden Eagles, Lord. And then, but last thing, I know I said last thing. It's always a one more thing. Tonight was Wisconsin Badger night at the Hornets game. So we had a lot of Wisconsin people in the building tonight. It was a great, great time. Only thing that was missing was the guru, Chris King, and JT. We got to get the 4 of us together, man. So if y'all keep sending the super chats, we might be able to get into that Bucks scramble and knock out Brandon Jennings. You heard what I said, Brandon. We're going to knock your ass off if we come to a scramble.
Tough crowd indeed, BJ. Man, like you guys, continue to allude to about Bobby, and again, I was just impressed. I really was impressed tonight. But I want to get back to the question from NYC Randy, saying that we need a wing, and he talking about the zone. We've said it before, and I wholeheartedly agree. And I think NYC Randy's correct. You're not going to be able to win a playoff series. You're not going. Good teams don't play zone the amount of zone we play. Good. Again, I'm not saying you can't play zone. I will give you a team. I say this too. I'll give you a team that has played zone in the playoffs and has done it very successfulully. That would be the Miami Heat. And they didn't play. And again, that's under the tutelage of Eric Spoelstra. Now, by the way, I'd be remiss if I didn't give a shout out. I know a lot of people are gonna like this, but we gotta give a shout out to Doc Rivers, who is now 6th all time in all time coaching wins. Who just passed? Who was this? George Karl. So I did give Doc Rivers a shout out there. Who's what? George Karl? Who's Doc Rivers?
Who's George Karl? Never heard of her.
Oh yeah, I figured you were going there. But the Bucks, the amount of zone that they play, and again also the way they play it. We talked about it before about basketball IQ. We have a lot of dummies that play for the Bucks. And again, I don't know if Greg Buckner's a dummy. I don't know if Doc's a dummy. Somebody like the amount of open looks that we give up. And it's one thing to play a zone. It's another thing if you're going to play a zone, that means you have to scramble. That means you have to be ready when they kick out to close out at a high level. That means that when the shot goes up, you're also already out of position for rebounds. So you have to try even harder to do things that the Bucks don't do well. Rotate and know where the next rotation is going to be, because you have to be thinking about that. And or rebounding in general, especially when you're at a deficit because you're in the zone and you're out of position already. You can't just turn up with a body on somebody because you're in a zone. So one or two things. Either the Bucks are going to have to bring in guys that are going to be able to man up and guard, or I don't know, because I just don't think you can make a living the way the Bucks are trying to make a living with all of the zone that they play. And it may work against the Hornets. And again, even the Hornets first half, Colin Sexton, bop, 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 Brandon Miller, bop, bop. They crushing that zone. We're lucky Con Knipple wasn't playing. Lucky Miles Bridges hit a 3-2. Lucky Miles Bridges went out with the injury during the middle of that game. So again, I just wonder your thoughts on that. Do you think we have to bring people in just for the sake of, man, you have to add something to this defense, because the way it looks right now, you cannot continue to play like this and think you're going to go far and make any type of playoff run?
Yeah, I think you're right. I think for me, I think it was like, I mean, now Giannis being back, I think you do have the versatility to start to play some man lineups, and the intensity certainly picked up, like I said, in the second half. But yeah, Trey, I think you're right when you say that. I think there were just some missed shots for Charlotte, and I think that's why we were able to take such command down the stretch. But the interesting point I heard on the broadcast as well is Charles Lee was like, when he got asked about the zone, he's like, I mean, it's a decent zone. Like, I don't know if these teams around the league really even respect it. Because, again, I forget who the player was, but he was talking crap to it.
That was Isaiah Stewart.
Yep, Isaiah Stewart talked about it as well. And so, yeah, I think, with Giannis being out there anchoring the 5-man, like, I think they could have the versatility to start getting back into the man, but guys got to stay in front and not foul. And that may be a challenge for some, but when I look at a lineup where you've got Rollins, where you got KPJ out there, the 3 spot is really where they hurt, unless they, because you're asking either Kuz or Bobby to play undersized and guard a 3, or you're asking AJ Green or Gary Trent to guard a 3 that may end up being bigger than them or something. And so I think that's where they find themselves in a little bit of trouble with man.
And just to go to your point, Chris, and I see Mark Gomes says KPJ, Ryan, AJ is the correct combo. Again, tonight, Brandon Miller got 31 or whatever. KPJ, I thought, played great defense. Just wasn't big enough. He just didn't have the inches to match up to the extra couple inches that Brandon Miller had on him. I'm just saying, a couple more inches on him.
Talking about
that's all. It's a little length, little girth too.
No.
I think you better start painting your fingernails in a second.
So, I'm just saying, like, yeah, I get it. Yeah, it just, and again, maybe Giannis being in the lineup. Maybe you can play a little more man. I'm hoping so because it's just I just don't see how it works. And that's what I'm saying. I agree, Chris King. It's not a great zone defense because to have a great zone defense, you have to have it up here, and guys got to be on a string.
But Charlotte's a team you cannot play a zone against with a healthy Khan-Knueppel. Because when you got Khan on the floor, and then you talk about, like you guys talked about it before, with Melo and Miller, part of the reason why Miller went crazy tonight was because of the zone. He had wide open warm-up three-pointers. And Melo shooting the ball from half court like it's a layup is just crazy. And then Sexton, you cannot give NBA basketball players so many wide open three-pointers to shoot. And then, by the way, you got a brother by Diabate down there, Michigan Wolverine, allegedly. He rebounds everything. So you put your team as a disadvantage for that. And Charlotte's a mediocre basketball team right now because of their injuries with a bunch of G Leaguers out there. You do that against some of these supreme teams. Do it against the Los Angeles Lakers with a healthy Austin Reeves. We saw what that was. That was a 30-point belt to ass we took. You cannot sit in a zone. Guys got to check up, and they got to man up and play the guy in front of them. You may have heard me on the broadcast because I was an idiot sitting behind the Bucks bench yelling, Doc, get out the GD zone. We don't need that zone anymore. Like, you got enough athletes on the floor. And I understand Bobby is limited defensively, and there's a couple other guys, maybe Gary Harris, maybe KPJ. But KPJ plays good defense to me. So we got a couple guys on the roster that are limited, but we got to do something different because if you're right, Trey, if Knueppel's on the floor, that score may be flip-flopped at least.
Yeah, it definitely would have been an extremely tough night. It says, yeah, like AC says, run zone most of the game and wonder why you get out rebounded. That's correct as well. And then I see NYC says you can't play zone against Syracuse. Somebody said that teams can't. Mark Gomes says teams can't play zone against the Bucks either. But again, it's zone. Most teams don't play zone because this is the NBA. This ain't college. Everybody can knock down threes out there for the most part. Just about everybody. Again, about the only time you don't have guys out there they can hit threes wide open if they get them is Giannis for the Bucks. And most, like KBJ can hit an open three. Rollins can hit an open three. Myles Turner, open three. AJ Ring, open three. So again, at most points in time, there's going to be at max one guy on the floor who cannot hit an open three. And then the corner three is the easiest one to hit in the entire NBA. So if you leave that open, you're in an extreme bit of trouble. But again, I won't dilute into the troubles tonight. Go ahead, Justin.
I got a quick question for y'all because we're getting into the zone with Diabate on the floor, which should be a self zone anyways because he can't shoot the ball outside of the paint. So why are we in that?
Well, and I thought what helped tonight, in the first quarter, we ran. They basically ran the drop with Myles Turner because Myles Turner wasn't even going out with Diabate. Like when he was, Myles Turner's basically sitting in the paint, 1 foot out, just trying not to get a 3 second, which made the most sense to me, which made a ton of sense. But yeah, I agree. Yeah, it really didn't make sense to be in as much zone as the Bucks were. And I think, again, they just ended up giving up a lot of 3-point shots. But again, I think this team, even when they're man, I think they overhelp him, man. I think they do a lot of things defensively that just don't make a lot of sense. But again, you want to see the Bucks be able to again, at the end of the day, I listen to NBA radio a lot. Frank Isola and some man in the morning with Frank used to play for White Mamba, Scalabrini. And Scalabrini's always talking about, like, you got to be able to guard. Like, if you're in the NBA and you can't guard, your team's going to have – and that's the Bucks. They either can't guard or when they do, they foul. And I think – and again, see some people asking – and a question – again, is Doc Rivers just trying to – maybe he's trying to save them because they're so bad defensively that he thinks that's the only way they can get stops is in the zone. I can see that too. But at some point, you got to get some guys in there that can guard. But again, I don't want to die. I mean, we talk a lot about that. Tonight was a win. And again, you saw Myles Turner do things that he was supposed to do. You saw KPJ not turn the ball over. And again, I think the Bucks needed this. One more question I have for you. We can start to kind of wind this down just a bit. I'm sorry. I'm pulling for. I need these Falcons. I need these Falcons to win because again.
Can I say one?
Go ahead. I think you might have lost you. Go ahead. I can see you again.
That blocked field goal from 8 on the Rams was one of the most athletic plays I've ever seen in my life. The last thing I'll say about the zone, and then I won't belabor the point because I feel like I'm so excited for a Bucks win. I mean, I've been coming to downtown Charlotte for a long time and haven't seen a lot of wins down here. AJ Green sometimes fouls when it's not necessary to foul. You're in good defense position. And I think that goes back to what Myles was talking about in the post game, where we're learning to become a playoff team and guys are going to have to sacrifice. And I think AJ will get better with that. And I think you mentioned it earlier in the show, and sorry for the shoddy Wi-Fi and the Moxie got me sitting on JT's park bench in Chicago out here doing the show. But we're going to get better. And this team is going to continue to get better, and we got to grow. And they're starting to learn how to win. So maybe, just maybe, we can beat that illustrious #1 draft pick that JT and Chris King rave about so much, and Old Man River out there in Washington, and we could get a real win streak. Just saying.
That's what you want to see, a win streak, indeed. I agree, Mark Gomes. I don't have the volume on. Did look like the Falcons got screwed there because I didn't see an offsides. Oh, shit. But I wanted to ask you guys about the again, we talked about the other night with the Bulls where Giannis goes and dunks on the Bulls in regulation. Tonight, then he had the comments afterwards. Tonight you have this let me just see this play real quick.
Pick 6.
Oh, there we go. Send us to the playoffs, Atlanta. There we go.
Wait, question. I'm really confused. Why do you want the Falcons to win?
So essentially, if Atlanta wins out, they would go 8-9. Tampa right now is 7-9. We are 8-7. If Atlanta wins out, the entire NFC South will finish. If we were to lose, it would basically if they win out, it would make Carolina's game Saturday against Tampa inconsequential. Well, it's going to matter because the game. Because we're going to play on Saturday before Sunday's game against the Saints happens with Atlanta. But basically, there's a scenario where even if we lost against Tampa, if everybody finishes 8-9, Carolina has a tiebreaker over Atlanta and Tampa as a whole. So that's why I want Atlanta to win both them games.
I'm so disappointed in you trying to backdoor your way into
I want the playoffs by any means necessary.
Hey, man.
They
started for it. They start just like they started for Indianapolis. They started for it.
Hey, I'll backdoor it in, dog.
Sometimes you got to pay for it. Sometimes it's getting to you. It is what it is, right? Like that's just how this thing works.
I need it. But no, I was going to ask you guys. I was asking about the so Giannis dunks in Chicago, and then tonight Charles Lee, for his credit, had his boys ready, and I'm sure that was a discussion pregame. Was like, hey, clock running out. Make sure y'all are still playing defense. Giannis was definitely looked like he wanted to do it tonight, and he took a three. Clearly they were set. So he took a deep three, laughed about it, missed it. It was funny because Eric Collins and the Charlotte broadcast laughed about it too. But what did you? I didn't get my TV's late. In my office, my TV. I got a box in my office. So I'm on the Spectrum app, so I'm a little late on the app. But what did you guys? What do you make of that? That's 2 games in a row now. Giannis again. He took a deep three for no reason. Bucks were up 10. He said, "Hey, I'm pulling." What you guys make of that? Again, the statements. I know me and Chris talked about it last night, but the statements the other night about the about setting the tone and unwritten rules and all that. More discourse about it. I know we haven't got your 2 opinions on it, but just wanted to think. It's 2 nights in a row. Giannis has at least tried to, if you want to call it, show up an opponent, whatever you want to say, fire up his own team. I don't know, but thoughts on that.
I think the thing is listen, if you want to do that, You're one of the best players in the world. You 100% can do that. If you want to fire, if you want to. So here's my thing about the unwritten rules. They only apply to the victor. You ever notice that? The gentleman's rules only apply to the team that's winning. They only apply to the victor. Now, here's my thing. If Giannis wants to do the dunk at the end of the game, he wants to do these things that are not non-gentlemanly behaviors. I don't know if that's a word or not, but we got it here. Let that man do him. But on the same note, we can't get mad at people do it to us. If this is going to become a thing, can't be mad at people do it to us. And the only way you solve that is to win the damn game, right? That's the only way you solve that is to win the damn game. Because somebody wants to rub it in on us, okay, fine, right? And if we want to go challenge and we want to get our feelings, great. But I mean, look, this is a kid's game. I don't understand all the gentlemanly behaviors, to be honest with you. Just it kind of seems to be a bit goofy. It's a bit one-sided. Only applies to the winning team. I don't have a problem with it, but I will say that somebody wants to do it to us. It is what it is. You just be ready for it or win.
To me, John, the way you handle that is you don't handle it after the game. You got to run your ass down. Again, Giannis, if they took a hard foul, he would have had it coming to him. And I couldn't have been mad if they went and ran down. Now, again, I'm not saying you hit him with like what he did to Mike Dunleavy, but if you go give him a hard foul because you want to run down and score the end of the game, I would have no problem with that at all. That's on you. You chose to do that. I would have no. That's how you handle it. You don't. My issue is you don't handle it trying to get mad after the game. That's all I'm saying.
I mean, even if you do, fine, right? Look, I'm saying I don't have a problem. I don't have a problem with that, right? Because I mean, you felt disrespected. You didn't want to handle it. You waited until after the whistle. There was a confrontation. I mean, you just gotta expect that, right? Like you gotta expect that. Nobody come to your house don't disrespect you like that. Now, Giannis taking that move. That's Giannis showing y'all, look, we out here. I got it. If I'm gonna start the fight, I'm gonna back y'all up too. Okay. Sometimes your leaders gotta start the fight. I don't have an issue with that. I don't want to see an Isaiah Stewart situation where you confront people on the bus. I think that's silly. I think you had 48 minutes to work this thing out, and you had to walk off to work this thing out as well, to walk off the court. I mean, listen, y'all know. I mean, what's our most infamous confrontation over the last 2 years? Tyrese Halliburton's daddy, right out there, right? Like, I don't have a problem with that. I think that people put this label, athletes should conduct themselves. Like, these dudes are not politicians, they're not CEOs, they're really, I mean, to an extent, maybe community leaders if you want to do that too. This is a kid's game. If you want to get out there and show your absolute ass, let it. But you got to be ready to deal with the repercussions and consequences that come with that.
So I was sitting next to a nice young lady from Milwaukee, Nicole, and I told her I wasn't going to use this word tonight, but it was just bestowed upon me. So first of all, if you have the opportunity to plant the flag, plant the flag. If you're mad about it, solve it during the 60 minutes or 48 minutes, like JT just said, the 40, whatever time you have, the 9 innings, solve it there. Don't solve it after the game. I feel like Kobe White's a hoe. I feel like Vucevic's a hoe. They're just hoes. Like, you sitting up here crying, and Vucevic, oh, well, I guess he was upset because he didn't want to get traded to the Bulls. Like, shut your dumb ass up. Like, you sound stupid. And Kobe White, like, you get into it with everybody. If you go Google Kobe White's name, you're going to see him fighting the Hawks, fighting this team, fighting that team. Dog, you soft as hell. You not as good as what your draft pick was. And you're marginal at best in the NBA. And you really didn't want that smoke. Because don't forget, that dude with the hoodie on, who a lot of people in Milwaukee called a mayor, a lot of people can't stand when we chant Bobby, that ain't the dude you want to do. Ask that boy that played for the Bulls. He had his whole face broken. Orbital bones, nose bones, face bones. Kobe, you ain't about that life, bro. You a suburban kid. Stay there. It's okay. But you running up on Bobby, you might die. Leave it alone. And what Giannis did, like y'all said, stop him. Hey, I'm a Green Bay Packers fan through and through. When King Henry ran through my defense like it was no one out there the entire night, and that fourth touchdown, he could have slid down. He could have let the clock. Am I mad at him for it? No. You know why? Because my Green Bay Packers should have been in the play to stop the play. The Chicago Bulls should have been in the play to stop the play. Don't sit here and cry about it like we know you soft. Your whole goddamn city's soft. Every team there is soft. The Cubs, the Bears, the Bulls, you're all soft, and you're playing in a damn hockey arena because that's the only thing that's mattered in that arena since Michael Jordan retired. Sorry for Derrick Rose's ACL. You'd have been a lot better if he didn't have that.
So you didn't take any exception to the cheese graters. Cheese graters. Okay.
If we don't, I mean, I thought the cheese
graters. A lot of Packer fans and their feelings over the cheese grater hats.
I think it's corny, but I'm not taking offense to it because the same way I walk in their stadium with a cheese head on, it is what it is. But I mean, Chicago got a fluke and a Hail Mary in their division champs. Appreciate it. Baltimore wearing the cheese graters was crazy though, because had Shador had the Rodgers beat them boys, you wearing cheese graters, your ass sit at the crib watching the playoffs. Like you look goofy, Snoop Hundley.
Yes, JC.
I mean, look, I think but again, I think it's one of those things where you certainly just gotta stand on it. And confrontation sometimes it's gotta happen. But again, my thing is, it's not so much need to happen in the whistle. If you want to do it after the game on the court as you walking off, fine. What I don't want is the crying in the media, the nonsense, right? Like, no, it needs to be done right there. Once you walk off the court, it is what it is. But again, here's the other thing. Just because you do something ungentlemanly, there's levels to this. What you did was a basketball thing. You didn't run up and down the bench and grab yourself, talking about, F your kids, F your mama, F your family. You didn't do that, right? Like, you didn't just blatantly. It's kind of within. There's levels to this thing, right?
You're saying you didn't have your daddy run with a towel onto the floor with your face on it and waving it like that. That's
what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like, yes, was it a gentleman rule? Yes, was it a basketball player that was fair? Fine. I don't believe in these gentleman rules in the first place. I don't. So like it is. I think they're optional. If you want to accept them, you can accept them. If you don't, you don't. But yeah, I just think Now, having said that though, if you're gonna start some smoke, and I love it, you just gotta be ready for it. And you know what I really like? I like it. I'm a big fan of old school basketball rivalries, real life rivalries, teams that actually hate each other, right? Teams that are like, no, we don't mess with them, we don't rock with them, This is what we want to see. Everybody's friends now. Why? You got enough friends? I mean, everybody got at least 500-600 numbers in their phone in the NBA. You got enough friends? Why? So I don't know, and I'll be in the minority on this, but yeah, I want to see more smoke. I want to see more rivalries. I really want to see more fight. And if Giannis can do that, spark a fight out of this Bucks team. If Giannis can do this to fire these guys up, then so be it. Because other guys gonna do whatever they got to do too.
JT, what you say about the smoke?
Want all of them.
Hey, some prophet in Memphis said he running up the chimney for the smoke, and that's what Giannis did.
You know what? You know what's funny though? I gotta call this out. You might be the first person I know to use the word bestow and then call somebody a hoe in the same sentence. Do something else, bro.
Hey man, hey look, man, leave me alone, man. I've been hanging out with them dating people, man. They've upgraded my knowledge a little bit, man.
Chris, tell me what I need to know about that Burkhardt area in Dayton.
I don't know what that means.
No. What's like Burkhardt bucket? What's the, you don't talk about the area?
Nah.
Hey,
Beaver Creek?
All right.
No, it ain't Beaver Creek. I think it's like the trap part. Hold on.
All right. I see. So people in the chat say I did see the Rams score, but they called it back for a holding. They are playing fire out there. 3 minutes play. All right. Bucks win it tonight. They get the dub. Was the final? 123-113. Anything else before we go to Twitter and then game balls and start to wrap this up? Wow, Jesus Christ. Nope.
I just want to say that as a Milwaukee Bucks fan that's been a fan of the Milwaukee Bucks for a lot of losing, and we've had a lot more good days recently than bad days. I appreciate going into what they call their arena in downtown Charlotte, Trey?
Spectrum Center.
Oh, yeah, Spectrum Center. The people that keep robbing me from my cable bill. You heard the defense chant, and then you heard all the Bucks fans saying offense. So there's a lot of people, man. You had people from Milwaukee that actually came down to go to the game and spend time in Trade City. And don't get it misconstrued. Charlotte is a very beautiful city. There's a lot to do here. It's an amazing town. Next Saturday at 4:30 Eastern, we're all going to have a company picnic at Trey's house to watch these Panthers win into the playoffs versus backing that ass up like they juvenile into the playoffs. But hey, it's just a great time, man. It's great to see so many Bucks fans in the cities that we go to, man. Chris King, you go out there in Cleveland, you're going to see it. JT go out there in Chicago, you're going to see it. Like, we taking over and Giannis is taking notes. So we might be dunking on your mama soon. Pause.
Yeah, and I see. Yes, the Rams. Yes, Paul. I don't know. Dunking on your mama soon. Rams just scored, so we are all tied up at 24. You talk about having to winning to get in. Yeah, there's ain't nobody backing against a sorry ass Falcon. Hey, you up 21-0, you blow it out. You have 24-3, blow. This is a terrible franchise, man.
But Kirk Cousins is gonna go to cookout and he gonna do the swag surf on the way to the crib too.
He about to he about to throw a pick six. I already know. Kirk got a pick six in him. I know it. All right, let's go to Twitter, see what they're talking about. At BuckyBacker09 says, as NBA Ted Davis would say, it's in the bank and earning interest. Hornets had a quick burst, but Bobby Portis with 3 threes to answer. Myles Turner finally showed up. And Giannis coasting to 24. Well-balanced game resulting as a team they should beat every time. Yeah, and again, let's not for me to mention, I think somebody in the chat talked about it too. Only 25 minutes. Wow, that's crazy. The last loss for Atlanta after leading by 21 points was Super Bowl against the Patriots. That's their last loss after leading by 20. That'd be crazy. Matter of fact, JT, Arthur Blank is on the sideline. See, 2 minutes ago left in the game. That's when the owner goes down to sidelines, end of the game. And guess what? He don't have a headset on either. Interesting.
Interesting. Arthur Blank probably, what, 80? I mean,
I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
We're not doing
this. Chris King got it loaded up for the look around. Just chill for a second. Chris King got you to look around. He gonna ask a question.
Don't.
At Twin for Life 09 says they cleaned up a lot of the mistakes made in the second quarter and the third. Ball moved, creating scoring opportunities. Bobby Cook Turner finally gave us what we've been waiting to see. At Porke No Gooey says the fellas respond now, get 3 or 4 more. At the Wisconsin kid says shout out to Turner and Portis for stepping up. Clap, clap, clap. Doc Rivers still ass playing Harris all these minutes. Once we get Giannis off minutes restriction and a trade or two, stack some wins, climb up the standings. At Drew Behringer, Jesus Christ, he better throw a pick. At Drew Behringer says we finally won 2 in a row. Still serious issues without 34 on the floor. Def need a second star. KPJ's that dude, but I'm afraid he's gonna get flipped for Trey. I don't think so. I don't think Trae Young is coming to. I really don't. I don't think it makes any sense. If it does, let me just say it like this. If you do that, Giannis, you have to have guarantees that Giannis is going to resign. October 6th, you basically, you have to tell me that you are resigning up for another 4 years or whatever it is, because there's no reason to go get Trae Young. No reason. At Steely Dan Sucks says, take the W. Did catch Kyle Pitts. Oh, he dropped it. He dropped that. He caught it. At Steely W, Dan Sucks says, take the W. Portis clutching the 4th. Turner looked like I thought he would when we got him. And then Giannis _great says, an ugly win. Luck. Hornets missed a bunch of shots and layups. Giannis was awesome, but this is a Bobby game. Trade Kuzma and improve the defense. I think that I don't know if it was luck. I don't even know that I'll go that far and say it was all luck that that they missed some of the shots. I thought it was a calculated risk that Doc Rivers took to stay in that zone, and it ended up working out. Now there was that possession I think the Hornets had where I believe they had like 5 offensive rebounds or whatever it was in a possession, or at least they took 5 shots. And yeah, I can't remember who it was. Missed the layup. Missed like back-to-back point-blank layups and all that. But I don't know. Again, I'm just not going to say it's luck. I mean, is it luck then if that's luck, then it's luck that AJ Green missed a couple threes that he should have hit. it's luck that some of the shots that we took didn't go. So I'm not going to go that it was luck that the Bucks won. I think that they knew their opponent, knew who they were playing, and again they traded basket for basket with, and the Hornets couldn't keep up. So I'm not going to go that far. Game balls, fellas, where you going with your game balls tonight in a 123-113 win over the Charlotte Hornets?
I think I got to go with my game ball. I go ahead and kick this joint off. I go ahead to Big Bob, my guy. Love Myles tonight. Thought Myles did a lot of great things. Love Giannis tonight. Thought he did a lot of great things. But I got to go with Big Bob, man. Big Bob just made so many timely shots, timely rebounds. And when you're talking about those 2 missed shots, Big Bob was the one that contested Brandon Miller when he's going to the bucket, when he missed that layup, trying to flail for a foul, which he so well does. Like, Brandon Miller got 2 3-pointers to the free throw line from flailing around like the little soft hoe that he is. But anyways, Big Bob on it, a.k.a. Big Bob on the ass, a.k.a. you ain't seen me, but I see you.
I've seen Dame say that a lot about on it. Why? What?
Because Big Bob on it, a.k.a. Bobby Goggles, a.k.a. Mayor Milwaukee, a.k.a. Get Out the Way Cavalier, a.k.a. I don't give a damn who you got. Diabate, Kiabate, Shiabate, Hiabate. We on their ass. No pause.
And how do you like the summertime Bob from Wesley Matthews? How you like that one? How you like summertime Bob?
That's what he said during the broadcast?
Well, he says, that's the new. He says it like every game now. Summertime.
All right, Bob. AKA summertime Bob. Shout out to Wesley too, man.
Hey, I think he's gotten a little better. I give him some credit. Sometimes when we first start off, you're a little nervous. I think Wesley Matthews has gotten a lot better so far on the broad. He's much better than Steve Novak. But anyway.
Yeah, I'll go Bob as well. I think just it speaks for itself. He deserves all the credit for stepping into those threes in the fourth quarter. The impact was there. The Bucks found him while he had the hot hand, and he made him pay. So I'll go Big Bob, a.k.a. Hornets killer, a.k.a. hit the crazy eyes on him one time.
Man, well,
I know a split's coming.
I said it at the beginning of the show. I'm going Bobby. I'm splitting the game ball with Bobby, and I'm splitting the game ball with Myles Turner. I think both of those gentlemen tonight really showed up for this team, helped move this team to a victory. So, man, Big Bob, you get your game ball, a.k.a. Big Shot Bob, a.k.a. BP 89, 91, 93 Premium Gas, a.k.a. I ain't have church for lunch, but I still blessed you fellas, a.k.a. Bobby Big Shot. Last 7 games, what I'm talking about. Bobby Portis, man. Give it up for Bobby Portis. And I'm also going to Myles Turner, a.k.a. better not call me Moesha, a.k.a. I got Legos and I'm building a boot to beat your ass with. A.k.a. I can still get busy when I need to, a.k.a. don't give up on me because I'm going to show y'all something. A.k.a. Mr. Game Ball. Man, Myles Turner, once again, man, he definitely deserves it tonight. Really like the way he stepped up. Let's hope we get some consistency. He keeps stacking this up. So it's just a fit thing, and he kind of like that pair of pants. The more times you wear, the better it fits, right? Till the suit wears out, then you got a problem. But, man, Myles Turner, my guy tonight. Salute to him. Just my game ball.
Hey, just one quick. JT, you a black card holder. You only wear pants one time, you throw them to the trash. Go ahead.
I ain't got the black card.
You got a black card.
By the way, the Centurion card's crazy. It's like the annual fee on that. It's like somewhere between 5 to 10 bands on the annual fee for the Centurion card.
See, that's how you know that man got money. Because I don't even know that information. Because I don't even know that information. 5 to 10 bands, I couldn't even tell you.
You gotta be invited. You gotta be invited.
Hey, you better check your mail because I know that invite.
The Centurion card is the black card. That's called.
Check your mail. Check your mail. I know it's in there.
And then the other wild part is, so the rumor is that you gotta have like somewhere between 1 and 1.5, somewhere between 1 and 1.5 million in spend to get invited for the black card. And then
Derek Clayton though. Derek Clayton says JT big time. Hey.
Nah, bro. Hey.
What they say? Can't hide money.
I got
can't hide money.
Kids. I got 2 kids. I got them out broke all the time. Kids.
Hey man, this man Zane Gonzalez. You talk about warming up like Moesha. I don't know what the hell he doing, man. Make the damn kick. I don't know what the hell he what kind of stretches that man out here doing. My game ball about to go to Bijan Robinson for running the Panthers into the playoffs. But my game ball tonight is gonna go to I'm gonna go one. I'm just gonna go. I could do a split, but I've been don't say hating. We've been talking a lot of trash about this guy. Why is Bijan Robinson not getting the ball? We've been talking a lot of trash about this guy. Myles Turner. Tonight, 23.6 rebounds, 1 assist, 4 blocks. Somebody said we got to talk about these 4 blocks in the chat. 4 blocks tonight from Myles Turner. That's impact. 7 of 12. That's impact. 3 of 5 from 3. That's impact. 6 of 6 from the free throw line. That's impact tonight. Myles Turner gets my game ball, a.k.a. I'm a man, Myles, a.k.a. Yeah, I got these Legos. Yeah, a.k.a. a.k.a. What'd he do? Hey, close the book on him. What'd he do? Close the book on him, boy. A.k.a. pay me my money. Because the Patriots ain't want to pay him. So good stuff right there.
And Myles Turner has just like my man Romeo on Green Bay, you got a chance to be one of the more memorable Myles, right? Because you got Garrett, you got Davis, you got Austin, you got Teller. And the spell's a little bit different, but y'all get what I'm saying here. Hey, come on, Myles Turner. Playing Myles Jack, go ahead. Playing for the name on the front of your jersey, but you're also playing for the name on the back. So
I'm not a big fan, right? So it's 25. We're gonna get to the look around. Bucks winning 123-113. Joshua Sutton says Myles Ike Turner. Okay. He turned to Ike when you
wait, hold on.
Turn to Ike. I don't like the way Zane Gonzalez, man. He's doing a lot of moving around. I don't know. Y'all probably see it before I see it. 24-24. 25 ticks to go. Nobody in chat is told. 51. That's a little longer than I thought it was. All right. He doing a little prayer before the snap. Tell me it's good. Please tell me it's good. Okay, I see it. Snap, hold. Right down the middle, baby. Here we go, Zane. 21 seconds left. Wow. Again, this could be the most NFC. This is the most NFC South thing that could happen for it to be a 3-way tie at 8 and 9, and the Panthers get into the playoffs that way. And I don't care. We'll back in, however you want to do it, crawl it, as long as we in. And I know that ticket about to be high to get into Bank of America for that playoff game, but I'm gonna pay that price to do it. 123-113. Bucks beat the Hornets. Trailblazers are up 25-16. You know where they at?
Where they at?
On the cock, baby. They're on the cock tonight. If you want to switch over and see that game, you just got to go on the cock. 25-16. Blazers are up. Suns beat the Wizards tonight, 115-101. Let's check in on our favorite guys. Oh, Chris Middleton ain't play. Damn. AJ Johnson, 1 minute, 4 seconds.
Petty energy.
He put up the Tony Snell line in 1 minute. So that's how that's going. Warriors beat the Nets tonight, 120-107. The Miami Heat went belt to ass. That's 2 nights in a row. They don't went 140. They went 142 against Indiana the other night. They go 147-123 over the Nuggets. I know that Justin may want to talk about that one because 21-5-8 from Joker, 19 minutes. He did have a knee injury, and so a lot of people are going to hold their breath in Denver about what's going on with Joker. And so I think they're going to have some imaging and some testing going on. Raptors beat the Magic tonight, 107-106. I don't know how that one ended. Banchero's been getting a lot of flack lately. He puts up 23, 15, and 10. Your boy Anthony Black, 27 points tonight. And then on Toronto side, I think 17 from Brandon Ingram. Okay. Bulls lose. Say it again.
Anthony Black. What Grady do?
Oh, Black Dick. And Grady Dick had 15 tonight. So, oh, wow. What in the world? They are
terrible, bro.
The Falcons are terrible, bro. No, well, that's what they remember they had the picture Black Dick? Remember they did that? Remember they did that? They took the pictures up together.
Derek White or nah?
I don't know. Did they do? Did he do with Derek White? Oh, that's crazy. Did he do with Derek White? I don't know. Ennis Freedom not in the league no more, is he? Freedom Dick? No. All right. Minnesota 136 beating the Bulls 136-101. Let's see anything else here. The Rockets beat the Pacers. Pacers suck as usual. 126-119. Pacers are always talking about the Bucks, their fans, and they have here 6 wins, 6-27, and they are convinced that they're gonna get the number 1 pick in the draft, and they about to restart this make-believe dynasty that they've never had before. And it's all gonna come together when Tyrese Halliburton comes back. Knicks beat the Pels 130-125. Thunder beat the Hawks. I believe that's 7 straight. You talk about Trae Young. I believe that's 7 straight losses for the Hawks since Trae Young has returned to the lineup. And that team was somewhat rolling when they before Trae Young got back, and now it is what it is. Cavs beat the Spurs 113-101. So that means the Bucks gained a full game in the standings up over the Hawks. They are now, again, remember this was just they were just not too long ago. Hold up. Why is everybody – oh, you got to be – okay. Man, why is everybody running one-on-one down the field? What the hell is going on? This wasn't that long ago where the Atlanta Hawks were – the Bucks were like 3 games out of the 10 seed, out of the play-in, and now they are a mere half game out of 10th place. They are a game and a half out of 9th behind the Chicago Bulls, and they are still 4 games out of the 6th seed and the 5th seed as well. Like I said, again, if Giannis stays healthy the rest of the season, there's no reason why the Bucks do not finish at least 5th. No reason why they do not finish at least 5th in the Eastern Conference. I think they are better than all these teams. Again, you could make a case for Cleveland, but Cleveland's not playing very well. I don't really think you make a case for Philadelphia. I never thought Orlando was that good. I really don't think Toronto is all that good either. Now, the Bucks have dug themselves into a hole. But again, if you tell me, when I look at the 4-5, like if you were to tell me the Bucks got to the 5 seed and you told me it's a matchup against Orlando, I'm with it. You tell me it's a matchup against Philadelphia, I'm with it. You tell me it's a matchup against Toronto, I'm with it. You tell me it's a matchup against Boston, I'm with it. I'm with all these teams if you can get to that 4-5 match. Again, I'm with it if it's honestly, I like us. Again, there's really not Detroit and New York are really the only 2 teams I can. But even Detroit, I just don't. I with Giannis, I don't know. New York is probably, to me, New York is probably front runner to me of like a team. And not that I would be afraid of New York by any means at all, but they to me are a click ahead for sure. Nobody else is.
That's a tough round 1 match.
Oh, you cannot. No, he did not catch that ball. No way he caught that pass.
He caught that ball.
Did he catch it?
Jesus Christ.
It's a catch.
Puka Nacua just, wow, there's 20 seconds left. Puka Nacua just toe tapped the sideline.
We need to have a conversation and look around.
Oh, hold up. No.
He caught that ball.
Hold up.
This thing going to overtime? Hold on, 10 seconds left?
He caught that ball.
Oh, he caught that. He one hand. When does he have possession, though? Chat, when does he have possession?
That's a catch.
When does he have possession?
It kind of let go. It kind of let go.
Oh, no. He did not have possession of that bat. No. The ball's moving. And if it's not, you got to check his gloves. If it's not, you got to check his gloves. No, ball's moving.
Replay. Let's see.
The ball's moving to me. I'm probably 10 seconds behind y'all. I'm probably 30 seconds behind y'all. No, hell no, he didn't catch that ball. No, I just saw y'all tripping. Absolutely not. Incomplete pass. No, not a chance. Carolina going to playoffs. All right.
Wait a minute. But the Falcons got to win next week for Carolina.
They got to win. Yeah, they do have to beat Tyler Shaw.
Does Carolina have to win next week, or does it matter?
It depends. Well, we need to win Saturday night, no matter what. But not if Atlanta wins next week. No, it does not matter if we win or lose.
So then Carolina would play, and Carolina would get the 4th seed.
Yes, Carolina will have. Yeah, we win the South. Yeah, we would win the 8-9. If all 3 teams are 8-9, so Carolina wins the South.
So Carolina gets the 4th seed. They could end up playing the Rams again in the playoffs, or the Niners, because those are probably.
Yes, I think it would be Rams or Niners.
Probably Rams or Niners. I think the Packers are locked into the 7.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think it would. I think you're right. I think it'll be Rams or Niners.
Most likely
We played Panthers in the division.
Because there's a couple things going on there. If they win tonight, it could be the Seahawks. They may come down to the last week, the Rams and Seahawks.
It's incomplete, Trey.
Yeah, I see it. Yeah. Well, it's incomplete. Yeah, his hand came off that. I'm about to say if he caught that, you might as well. Yeah, you should take his gloves. You know how they do the pitchers when they come off the mound, they got to check. They check all this. Yeah, you got to have a new rule. You got to come and check that. And there's no way he held on to that. All right. Look around. I don't know if there's anything. There was something else I was thinking about. The debate we had about the Joker being the best player in the world. It's crazy. We had a debate, and next thing you know, Joker. Hopefully, he's not. This not gonna be a long-term injury for him. But what did you? Again, I know we had our conversation, and again, I prefaced by saying my biggest point of the conversation was the fact that Giannis has been injured throughout the playoffs, and not only has he been injured for multiple playoff series. He played last, but I believe, and somebody quote me if I'm wrong on this. I believe Giannis is 1-10 in his last 11 playoff games played. Yeah. I believe that's what he is. And all I'm saying is it's tough for me to call you the best player in the world, whether I believe it or not. It is tough for me to say you are the best player in the entire world because I just don't believe that best player in the world are, for whatever reason. I don't care what – you could be playing with a middle school team. 1-10 in 11 playoffs. That's not a good number.
Well, 1-10 and your team and your 1-10 and your team has gone in one and done 3 straight years. I mean, we can't deny that. We can't. Having said that, I can't believe it. I think fellas, I'm gonna call this right now. I think this is the first year where Giannis gets no postseason. None.
But that's gonna be the injury thing too.
Yeah. Because of the missed games, I think this is the first year Giannis gets no postseason award, which is insane in a while, which is insane to think about. Like, Giannis not all NBA. Giannis not in the MVP, right? Like it's wild to me, but it is what it is. Trey, I think you're 100% right to say that. Like, your best ability is availability, reliability, and he has been hurt. That if there's a stain on Giannis, it is that he's not been available for his squad. 3 and his squad got eliminated, 1 and done 3 straight years. That's bad. That is bad. Can't deny it.
Yeah, they got my comments. I'm interested to see what Justin has to say, though.
So for me, man, like that's kind of why, like, if you notice, it's hard for me to. I always go top 3, but then I'm like best player alive. So I think it's like that Aaron Rodgers thing, right? I think Aaron Rodgers, pound for pound, is one of the best quarterbacks, if not the best quarterback ever to play football. However, he doesn't have the wins and the other statistics to match up with Tom Brady and some of the other Joe Montanas, et cetera. I think it's the same type of thing with Giannis, whether it be injuries, whether it be whatever. I always hold, and don't get me wrong, if Joker isn't it, he damn sure is closing that gap. But it's tough for me to see Giannis get switched on Brandon Miller tonight, LaMelo Ball tonight, and play good defense and force those guys into a tough shot. Oh, then by the way, it's a rolling Diabate. I'm grabbing the rebound over him. I'm blocking his shot. I'm doing all that. Joker is an amazing talent. And so let me make sure that this is perfectly clear. When I say Giannis is the best player in the world, it's no shade to Joker. It's no shade to SGA. I think both of those guys are amazing. I just don't think they're better than Giannis. And I get the whole thing about availability and all that stuff. But look, man, if I'm jumping on this 2K with Chris King boys and these young boys and getting my aura right, I'm starting with Giannis. I ain't starting with Joker fat ass. And I ain't starting with SGA no checking ass. You know who I ain't starting with either? Kobe White. You know why? Because he a hoe.
You know what? So the Rodgers conversation is crazy because you look at Rodgers' stats, you look at the numbers he's played, you look at his numbers. You realize Rodgers has missed somewhere between probably 30, 40 games in his career, with injuries and stuff like that too. Like you look at Rodgers, Rodgers has missed probably somewhere between 30 to 40 games in his career with injuries, which is insane because it's like, damn, he producing like that. And if you put him on par with anywhere near the same amount of games as a Manning, a Brady, he probably might even have even better numbers. But again, that's a fifths argument, right? That's an event. But I didn't realize, I forgot Aaron Rodgers has missed him because remember he was hurt. Remember he like broke that collarbone a couple times, torn that Achilles. That dude missed some time here. He's missed a significant portion, and his numbers are still like that. And by the way, to give Aaron Rodgers the respect he deserves, he is the best passer I think football has ever seen. Right now, when you say best quarterback, you factor in wins, you factor in this, but from a ball placement, accuracy, efficiency perspective, I don't think it really gets any bit. And that's hard for me to say because I'm a Peyton Manning fan until I die, right? But it just is what it is. Having said that, one thing I do like about Giannis, he's missed all this time, but he still has a perfect opportunity to change some of that narrative because he's entering his prime. You know what I mean? Like he's still it's still he can still build upon what he was doing in the postseason and in the early 2020s and the late teens as well. So yeah, I mean, but I agree. Trey, you're right. If you're gonna say the best available, all that stuff gets factored into it. But hopefully Giannis changes that this year in the postseason. My thing about the best is it's got to be something in the postseason. Like that's how you got to measure them too. Is what you're doing in that postseason too. It can't just be regular season if you want to talk about best in the league now.
So. Yeah, no, I agree with a lot of the playoffs are gonna be big this year for Giannis, for the Bucks too. Again, the reports continue to come out that the Bucks aren't looking to trade Giannis. And I thought another one was like, if the Bucks, and it was stuff we talked about where Giannis basically had to force his way out. He's gonna have much more forceful exit. But again, 2 straight wins. Starting to see this thing a little more clearly. Who does Milwaukee have? Let me see what the schedule is. Coming up for the
Wizards next. That should be another dub.
Yeah, so you got
Hornets after that, and then Kings.
So you have what? So it's what? Wizards on Wednesday, and then
Hornets on Friday.
Wizards Wednesday, Hornets Friday,
Kings after that.
Kings on Sunday. I mean, yeah, like this is time. This is definitely the time for the Bucks to go ahead. You can get 3 more wins.
Yep.
That would be a 5-game streak.
Yep.
There would be no question. And at that point, you wouldn't play again until January the 7th. Yep. You'd have basically a month left to the trade deadline. Now again, you look at that that's your West Coast trip. You still need to play well there because you have you then follow up that with Warriors, Lakers, Nuggets, Timberwolves, Spurs. So that's a tough little stretch that you have going through there, and you have to get that all worked out. But if you can do that, if you can get 5 in a row, and then what was that? Another 5-game, 6-game stretch? We can go 3-3, 4-2 during that stretch. Oh yeah, you're cooking, and that runs right up to Martin Luther King Day, Bucks Hawks at 1 p.m. And so that'd be a real good, that'd be a real nice way to take what's that 9-game spread there if you were to go 7-2, 6-3 in that 9. Again, it ain't 16-3 like we talked about a little while ago, but listen, I would take that at this point, and again, that would probably solidify Giannis isn't getting traded, and you're really trying to look at what the upgrades are. And yeah, I'm very interested to see what John Horst does to improve this team, because again, I do think he will. I don't think it's going to be as big a move as people think. I just don't think they're going to use that first round pick. I just don't think they're going to do it, especially when you consider that Giannis may leave in the offseason or whatever ends up happening. I just don't think they're going to throw another pick around to the Wolves and see what happens.
Yeah, it don't matter how we get there. You just got to get in, right? It don't matter how we get there. We just got to get in. And the boys got to lock in. I know these next 3 games, I don't see not a single lapse. Let's keep this momentum going. We can't do the what's the Paula Abdul joint? What's the little 2 steps forward and 3 steps back? We can't do that. We cannot do that. It cannot happen. Man, that was a joint with What was the video? Chester Cheeto was in that video. We've seen that little Paula Abdul.
Oh.
Yeah, man. Yeah, 2 steps back. 3 steps back.
I like it, JT. And to quote another music philosopher in the words of Birdman, you said we got Wizards, Hornets, Kings. Yeah, we got to get all 3 of them. All 3 of them.
But listen, I don't quote Birdman because there are videos of him kissing other men in the mouth, and that is just why I don't care if that's mafia wife, whatever. Sir, you are not in that. Absolutely not. You are in New Orleans. You are not in Italy. Absolutely not, my brother. So no, but I get it. But all 3 of y'all, no, man. Yeah, I quote Birdman all the time. Actually, I hate people with y'all finish, y'all done. But anyway, man.
I got a question though.
Because I know what you.
Because JT, we back. It's family. It's holidays. Happy holidays to all of our fans. Happy holidays to you, to Chris King, to Trey. But Daryl Clayton hit us up earlier, Trey.
That's Kwanzaa.
Yeah, Daryl was like, he had a question. He wanted us to bring us up on the show. We need to look around.
What was it?
We don't need to talk about Marquette no more. Chris King put them to bed. He got the sweep like Trey. We'll never need to talk about Marquette. Shaka wants to get a what you call it, transfer portal dude in there or something like that. So JT, it's money on the wood now. And your Colts fans, they get kind of upset at Big Sig. So me and Chris King gonna go ahead and turn our shit to you and let you and Trey go. So we'll be quiet now.
Go ahead, Trey. Go ahead.
No, I'm not even gonna do. I'm not gonna do it tonight because it's.
Speak your daggone mind.
No, I ain't gonna do it. I ain't gonna do it tonight. It's late. I ain't gonna. At this point, you already know. So I ain't gonna do it. I ain't gonna do it.
If you're gonna blame Big Sig for the losses, then you gotta credit her for the wins. Has this been an embarrassing side for this team? You better believe it. Has this team jumped out the gate and then got out there and stunk up the joint? You absolutely believe it. Are we silly for bringing old man Phillip Rivers at the tender age of 44 out of shape? There's not even the whole out there. Yes. Has it worked? No. Right? Having said that, this is what happens when you have a rookie quarterback that has not. When you took Anthony Richardson 4th overall, who did not develop and has not developed at all. When Anthony Richardson was drafted, everybody said, hey, young fella needs to sit for a while. He's a bit too raw. What did the Colts do? One preseason game, we're going to start him, and we're going to work this thing out. He needs to play. Now, the plan was for him to sit. What do we, right? So you do this experience for 2 years. He stinks. You sign Daniel Jones in. Daniel Jones comes out and actually balls out and plays well. Daniel Jones tears his Achilles. And what do? You look at the first-round pick who's been injured and inconsistent and somehow broke his face doing stretching with bands and warm-ups. You don't got it. So what do you got to do? We need somebody on the offense. Okay, Riley Leonard. Nope, absolutely not. I'm not putting my job on line with Riley Leonard. So what do? You call up Phillip Rivers. It sounds ludicrous to come out there and look. And listen, I think he did about as well as a 44-year-old man off the couch could do. I think Phillip Rivers did make plays, and you saw there were some bright spots out there with Phillip Rivers. Unfortunately, Phillip Rivers was wide receiver stopped running. The offensive line stopped blocking. Jonathan Taylor, who I think is the best running back in the NFL, man, I don't know. I mean, this team, the crash is absolutely embarrassing. Can I blame Big Sig for that? No, right? Now, here's where I do think Big Sig does get a bit of culpability, and this is on the GM. The Colts had Daniel Jones. They thought he was their guy to humming along. They traded 2 first-round picks for Sauce Gardner. What? Who the hell trades 2 first-round picks, 1 for a corner, 2 for a corner that does not get takeaway? If I'm going to give up that type of draft capital, you damn sure better have more than 3 career interceptions if you're a cornerback. If I'm going to give up that type of draft capital, you damn sure better be able to impact the ball and get turnovers because, brother, I had questions about that when that first happened. I said, man, this guy doesn't get turnovers. It's not so much about, he's a great corner. If I'm paying you that ransom and I'm basically mortgaging my future by giving up these first 2 ones, hey, I know you don't get turnovers, but you got to leave here with something. You leave here with something. You got to do something. I mean, it's crazy. Yes, there are a lot of decisions that happen too, but I am not going to put this at the head of Big Sig. Now, what I will say is I will not be a fan if Big Sig says, you know what, we're going to run it back 1 more year with the same exact ring. Absolutely not. Right? Absolutely not. No. make the hard decision, get in there. Big Sig, you've been in the headset all year. You know, I think at this point, you got a notepad. The best part is she got a legal pad, not an iPad. She got a legal pad out there writing stuff. That iPad, that you got all the information you need to make the right decision on this team. And that GM needs to go. And Big Sig, if you run that back, you basically have committed yourself to another meltdown, another season of mediocrity. But again, it's one thing for a season to end with mediocrity because you won a bunch of games at the end. It's another thing for a season to end with mediocrity because you won a bunch of games at the beginning and then pissed down your leg for the last 9 games or so. So that's all I'm gonna say on that. But we can keep this thing going because I ain't backing down from my support of Big Sig.
Nah, I ain't got no Big Sig tonight. She, it is what it is. She want to be in the music videos. It's cool. Well,
You just trying to praise Arthur Blank. Arthur Blank is 83 years old.
Yeah. Arthur Blank went down the field
83 years old
with 2 minutes left in the game, like a reasonable, respectable man would do, watching his damn football team from the confines of the booth with all the food and everything you can have. And he got this weird lady down here with stupid outfits on, looking. I don't know what the hell she's doing with her face. Man, with the Botox out to the damn. She should have been on Stranger Things, all that damn Botox that she had in the damn face.
Arthur Blank had the headset turned all the way up. You can't be on the
headset. He
don't
need no headset because I hire people to do that.
Arthur Blank is 83 years old, brother. He's texting like this.
That's what I want my owners to do. I don't want my owners thinking they know what's going on the field.
That's the Excel font. That's 24. What's the biggest font you get on your phone?
That's fine.
That's what he got. Stop playing with me.
That's fine. Yeah. But I'll let Big Sig go. I don't think we'll do a show on the 31st. I don't know why, but I didn't realize Bucks play on New Year's Eve at 8 p.m. Eastern, so I think that's dead. But since this is the last show before New Year's, any New Year's resolutions? Remember the one I had about Lizzo? I told she's gonna lose weight. Remember, and she did it. Ozempic or not, she put it down. So what?
So we doing New Year's resolutions?
Not resolutions, but any predictions for 2026? And this again, anything at all you want to get at 2026?
I'm gonna let you start
anywhere.
Off.
I'll let y'all go wherever you want to go.
I got a boring one.
Anywhere, 2026.
I got a really boring one. All right, look, I'm gonna tell you. So I got two predictions. These are stock market predictions. I think what's Nvidia trading at? I think let me see what's Nvidia trading at. Nvidia is currently trading at 190. I think a safe bet is that it's going to pop 200 in this next year. 100%. Nvidia is going to pop 200 this next year. Fannie Mae is another one. That's the entity that purchases mortgages. I think this next year too, rates dropping. You're going to see some refinancing going on. You're going to see some home buying hopefully going on. And especially if we can get rates down because a lot of buildings on credit too. I think Fannie Mae stock's going to pop too. So hey, Fannie Mae stock I think is trading like $9 a share. I don't know what the price target is on that, but I think that's certainly going to pop. I think Sean Diddy Combs.
Oh, okay. Now we get somewhere.
Out of jail this next year.
Okay.
I think Sean Diddy Combs may
like that.
Jail this year. I think midterms for elections are going to go the way midterms have always gone. I'll tell you all that. I think that's another prediction I got for y'all. I think midterms are going to go the way they've always gone. You typically flips in the midterms. I think that's probably how, at least one chamber. And listen, the poly market might even have this bet up. I think the government gets shut down next year. I do. I think the government gets shut down next year. I think end of January. And it's probably going to be longer than the first shutdown, the shutdown that was in November.
All right. Anybody else? Any predictions for 2026?
2,000 subscribers on Cream City Crossover. We hit 2K this year.
Nice. There we go. I like that.
Yeah, that's all I got. I'm gonna be working
2K.
towards that.
Okay, 2K on the YouTube.
So I just, they better not free Diddy's a text message I got is crazy. I sat next to a nice young lady tonight. We had a conversation about as you get older in life and you get bigger, shit just happens.
What?
get bigger. Like, it's cold outside, JT. It's fat bitch energy out here in these streets. It just is what it is.
No. Sir. We can't be having this conversation publicly. Sir, please stop.
No, we don't have to
Go ahead. Hey, go ahead. Finish this. What you got?
So, I'm, Papa J status. I'm looking at myself. I'm like, yeah, I'm getting fat bitch vibes. What's that chick name, JT? What's her name? Oh, you talk shit. What's her name?
Oh, you talking in the chat? What's the name in the chat?
Yeah, shout out to Maddie.
Maddie. Yeah.
Shout out to Maddie. Fat bitch vibes.
Oh wow!
What was the prediction?
Give a
damn.
Oh my god!
Damn, I am what I am. You ain't gonna change me.
Oh my god!
So this what we starting.
You drinking that Paul Masson right now? You want that Paul Masson right now? That TV.
All right. That's 2,000 minus 1. We have 1999.
This is what we starting. So we start the new year off. My goal is to run 100 miles by the 50th day in the new year. And by the time I get to that 100th mile, I believe the Bucks will be a top 4 seed. That's my goal.
So run that by me again.
2 miles a day.
2 miles a day. There you go.
There you go. Take it 2 miles a day.
2 miles a day by the 50th day of the year. I'll be at 100, and the Bucks will be the 4th seed, top 4 seed by then.
Okay, I like it.
Hey man, I support you on that, brother. I definitely 100% support you on that.
You know he supports you. You got the Peloton in the back.
Yeah.
So, this is the bike, the treadmill over here. Y'all can't see it, but
he got both. Hey, he got B. You know how he says South S-O-U-F? He got B-O-U-F back there. Both of them Pelotons.
Brother, listen, my wife is. Don't get me started. We got the nutritionists. We got the bike and the tread. Listen, man, we're talking about that.
But he ain't got no black card.
You gotta be invited. I don't have $1 million to spend. You gotta spend $1 million with them. Or
your
probably
mailbox, JT.
It's in the mailbox for sure.
Nah.
I think
Trey probably got stock. Stop it. Trey
I think that 2026 started off easy. Bryce Young will get his. Well, hold on. That'll still be 2025. No, 2026. Bryce Young will have a multi-year extension with the Panthers. Start that off right there.
You want to hedge that and say, or the 5th-year option picked up?
No, I think he's gonna get a multi-year extension. I think it's gonna be a multi-year deal. They get a multi-year deal. That's my prediction. And then I believe in October of 2026, defying all the media, Giannis will re-sign as well with the Milwaukee Bucks for whatever, it's 4 years, 4-year max. Giannis will re-sign with the Bucks. It's my prediction. I predict how many cases of polio we got right now, JT, in the U.S. Polio's coming back. Polio's coming back. Polio will be back.
We got polio.
Polio will make its return. I know a lot of vaccine. Polio will make its return to the U.S.
Trey, can I stop you 1 second?
Go ahead.
It's crazy. This crazy talk right now.
That ain't crazy. No, it ain't. I don't know.
No. Not the polio. I'm talking about the Giannis extension.
Oh, yeah, Giannis, yeah.
If Giannis signs that extension, we ain't doing no neck, we ain't doing no hands. I got a small piece on the back. We doing a Giannis tattoo with the signature in it, with a 3-4 if he signed that extension.
You gonna get a Giannis tattoo if Giannis signs the extension?
If he signed the extension.
Where he put his tattoo at?
Absolutely not.
Where the tattoo going?
I'm gonna go by right here. Right here.
Go tat the man's number on your chest.
No, he said go tat his autograph.
Go tat his
autograph with the number. I like autograph with the number.
Okay.
Tat his autograph with the number.
Okay.
You know what? I have a prediction. I think this year is the year we're going to get Fed legislation on college sports. I think it's hitting the fan. I think it is getting so crazy that I am going to trust our Congress to actually work together. I don't know why I would trust them to do that, but I'll trust our Congress to work together to actually put some legislation out here to govern NIL, revenue sharing, and everything else in college sports, because I think it is getting so crazy. And my guess is these schools will finally stop. Instead of fighting this stuff in court, chalk up the loss. You're going to lose your legal fees. Spend that money on lobbying and to make this thing a priority for our government to legislate, get some sort of legislation here for college sports for NIL and the revenue sharing.
I can see that. I can definitely see that. I can definitely see that for sure. Taking place. But yeah, and then honestly, my last one is, I don't know if y'all saw. Did y'all see that Kanye West and Kim Kardashian were spent the holidays together with the kids again? My last one is that Kanye, what's his wife's name? Is it Bianca? What's her name? Kanye, Bianca.
I ain't met an attractive Bianca in my life, by the way. And
Kim Kardashian get into a 3-way relationship deal, and Kanye then starts back with a world tour. He gets back to he has a U.S. They say back off I don't know if he's on his man. They say he's doing a lot better. He blends his family together. Maybe they won't be in a relationship, but he blends it all together. They live in the same compound. Maybe him and Bianca have however go. He lives in the same compound. Him, Kim Kardashian with them, and then he gets a U.S. world tour. He'll apologize and U.S. world tour. That's my last prediction. 2026.
We pulling up in Charlotte.
Huh?
We pulling up in Charlotte.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure.
I bet the only way that happens is if it's on the hub. And those of y'all who know what the hub is, y'all know what the hub is. Those of y'all who don't know what the hub is, y'all don't know. That's the only way that's going to happen, is on the hub. Absolutely not, sir. After watching that special and the stuff he put Kim through, I don't know about that. But you know what? But I do have a prediction. Lizzo, who has probably lost about 100 pounds, produces new music this year. Comes back out this year, drops a couple singles, and does that. I don't think she goes away permanently. I think Lizzo, because again, you had the banana incident, and you had some other things, and she just kind of went away for a little bit. I bet Lizzo resurfaces this year.
Ain't gonna be hard to miss.
And I have another prediction.
Okay,
50 Cent is going to go after somebody else this year. I
can see that.
think 50 Cent goes after somebody else this year. And I don't know if I saw something online, said a Jay-Z or something, or LeBron. I don't know if it's fake though. I can't tell at this point, but I bet 50 Cent goes after somebody else this year.
No, the Jay-Z stuff could be real because they've had that they've had that beef since Hada Robin Industry and before that. My last prediction for 2026 is in this decade, the 20s. Jordan Love's going to go further in the playoffs than Aaron Rodgers went this decade.
Wait, say that again?
Jordan Love will go farther in this decade in the year of 2026 than Aaron Rodgers has ever went in this decade.
This year.
So in this decade, so basically you're saying that Jordan Love is going to go further in the playoffs starting from 2020. Jordan Love is going to go further in the playoffs than Aaron Rodgers has from 2020 on. That's basically what you're saying. Like
in 26, he's going to go further.
Saying this year.
Basically, he's going to say Jordan Love is going to make a Super Bowl because Aaron Rodgers made NFC Championship.
Yeah.
I think this Packers team could be really good, but I just that deep. I don't know what you do. I mean, I'm just at a loss a little bit. I think Green Bay. Granted, I think Green Bay plays in Chicago in the first half. The last 4 games between Green Bay and Chicago, weird stuff has happened. So you really can't call how that's going to go. Just strange things seem to happen. That game, if Green Bay gets Chicago in the first round, I'd say, well, you got a chance to win. But weird stuff seems to be happening in the last 4 games between Green Bay. Really, since Caleb's been there, just strange things have been happening. I can't call that one. But you know what? I think Green Bay, they could upset a Philly. They could 100% upset a Philly, especially the way Philly's playing, where they're winning, but it's not. It doesn't seem to be sustainable.
Yeah, Philly don't look good. Hurts is trash. He ain't trash, but hey, Hurts ain't.
But here's the thing I will say: if some way somehow, if Green Bay wins, if Green Bay wins in that first round, depending on who gets this 1 seed, I can't tell who's going to get the 1 seed. The 1 seed's still up for grabs.
It's either San Francisco or Seattle now, I believe.
Hey, but if it's San Francisco or Seattle against the 1 seed, and Green Bay wins in that first round, Green Bay might have a legitimate shot to make that conference final. Like they legitimately may have a chance to make that NFC championship game.
Conference final will be in Charlotte.
You think the Panthers can get there?
See,
yeah, I'll be here to watch Bryce get knocked out of bounds a little bit earlier by Edrin Cooper, and we'll go to the Super Bowl, man.
Yeah. That's probably I think that y'all got less chance of the Super Bowl. I think the polio thing gonna happen before y'all get into the Super Bowl 2026. All right. Anything else that you want to get at before we wrap it up? Those were pretty good predictions for 2026. I'm interested to see what all happens. Anything else before we wrap this thing?
Don't take no polio vaccines or anything else like that, because Jordan Love going to the Super Bowl, so run around and get naked. Let's go. We up.
Yo, be Brazil and Green Bay.
I'm telling you, I want to take that damn polio vaccine, brother. And people want a chokehold in the 1700s, 1800s.
Trey just said we got a better chance of getting polio. I feel like Love gonna take us there this year. So
you seen that dude? You seen the dude who he just recently died, but he was in one of the last holdovers of polio, and he was in a little machine. He was in the it was just his neck.
Like a little metal joint. Didn't he die in like 1970?
No, he just died like a couple years ago. It was just his whole body was in the machine. It was like an iron. He had an iron lung or something, and it was just his neck. He be drinking out of the straw. Man, she's funny as hell.
Iron Man.
I think it's an Iron Man, Iron Lung, whatever my man's name. Hey man, watch me. He be drinking out of the straw. It's just his neck hanging out this machine.
Man, y'all trash. Y'all laughing at that man. Did he die?
Yeah. Come on, man. How long you gonna live with Iron Lung?
Isn't measles back?
Measles is back for sure.
Yeah,
the flu is going crazy right now.
Flu, yeah.
Y'all see,
I digress.
Clayton said Bucks gonna go to Eastern Conference Finals. That's his prediction for 2026.
I love it. Listen, that I can see. I 100% can see the Bucks making a run. No question about it. I can see the Bucks making a run. All Giannis got to do if Rollins playing like Rollins, KPJ is on the heater, Giannis doing what Giannis does, playoff mode activated, and Myles Turner plays like he's playing tonight, 3-4 blocks. I'm out here hitting threes and rolling. I could definitely see the Bucks. And then you get a trade, somebody come. Oh, I could definitely see the Bucks making a run. I can definitely see it. I can 100% see it. 100% see it. All right. Let's take it there. 123-113. Bucks beat the Hornets tonight. Appreciate everybody for joining us in the chat. Appreciate all of your comments. Appreciate you guys. Again, this is the last show before the new year. So again, we appreciate you guys for rocking out with us every single night in 2025. We hope that you will run that back through 2026 as well on our road to 2K. How many followers we have? What are we? How many subscribers we have? 1,400, 1,500, something like that. So hopefully
under 15.
Just under 15. So you know what that means. You got to tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend to tell another friend about the Cream City Crossover. If you do all of that, I think we will get to 2K pretty soon. So we appreciate if you do that. If you can hit that like button on the way out. If you didn't hit it on the way in, James Morrison, thanks for the show. Happy New Year, Daryl Clinton. Happy New Year to all you guys as well. We appreciate it. Could be in there well, but you're here with us every single night, rocking out with the Cream City Crossover. It is the best Milwaukee Bucks postgame show in all the land.
Goddamn postgame show in the land.
There we go. Again, we just appreciate everybody for joining us and being with us. However you saw us. I forgot to tell you, there was I was looking on YouTube, and I should look at the final numbers. I should have done. I didn't realize tonight was gonna be the last show for the year. Maybe I'll do it when we come back. But I believe we had over 2 million minutes watched of this show. In the last calendar year, over 2 million minutes you guys out there watched us. So again, we appreciate that. We appreciate you hanging out with us. Yeah, for last time of 2025, this has been a Cream City Media Group production from the Group Treasure.
JT.
Chris King.
Justin.
If I am your enemy, it's only because I dare to tell you the truth. Update: Joker's gonna have an MRI Tuesday on his knee. Don't take no wood nickels.